I mean, the head of creative is on a quest to bury the tag team division for good. Instead of paying the original tag teams like the New Day, he'd rather play matchmaker with his roster and put any two randoms together and just say they're a team. I sure miss the good old days when we had tag teams like Edge and Christian, the Dudley Boys, the Hardy Boys, Legion of Doom, Demolition, the New Age Outlaws, the Rockers, the Bushwhackers, the Outsiders, APA, Harlem Heat, Enzo and Cass. Remember the past? What are you doing with the tag team division? The Street Profits won the championships. That's the good news. The bad news is that they don't have anybody to beef with. WWE tag team division reminds me of the XFL because neither one of them have any teams left, and it's making me upset. Now, everybody knows the Street Profits are my favorite tag team in wrestling, man. I'm happy to see them become 4-time world champions. I'm just not happy with how we got here. The Street Profits disappeared from TV for months and months and months and months. Then they made a surprise return on Raw and attacked the Vision. Then after that, they did the click, copy, click, paste, click, copy, click, paste, and did the same attack back to back to back to back to back, which made it redundant and old extremely fast. On top of that, they teased the Street Profits was gonna split up multiple times just to never follow up on the story. Now they finally beat the Vision with the help of Seth Rollins and Joe Hendry, and they get the titles back, which is cool. But the big question is, where do we go from here? This is the list of the current tag team division on Raw, and to be honest, I don't remember the last time I seen this division look this bad. They got Austin Theory and Braun Breaker, who aren't even the original tag team. They got the Street Profits, which is solid tag team. They got the Usos, which is a legit Hall of Fame tag team. They got the War Raiders, who is a legit tag team, but we barely see them on Raw. We just see them on AAA recently. They got the Creed Brothers, who we also don't see on Raw because they're on AAA doing the whole El Grande Americano gimmick. You got Otis and Tozawa, who's currently holding the tag team championships of catering, so they don't qualify. And then you got the LWO. I haven't seen them on Raw, so I'm guessing they're somewhere on AAA too. This is bad. The WWE tag team division been an afterthought for a long time, and it puts people like the Street Profits in a position where it's impossible to win because there's nobody to really feud with. There are actually reports circulating recently that there is growing frustration with WWE regarding the lack of variety and competitiveness in the Crackdown Tag Team Championship scene. And it's just not Crackdown 2, it's the overall picture. Now, speaking of tag teams, we got an interesting situation coming up with FTR and AEW. Dax went on IG and basically put up a post saying they've been dealing with a lot of injuries. He's gonna fulfill a few dates and obligations he already has, but FTR as a team is gonna take some time away from professional wrestling to heal physically and mentally. Now, there's reports that their contract is entering the option year, so they have the opportunity to test the waters with WWE. And WWE been leaking it out that they're interested in bringing FTR back to the Fed. Now, WWE definitely needs a team like FTR. Them being there will bring legitimacy and a new spark to the division. The bad side is that signing with the Fed means you could be obligated to be getting buried by the head of cremation at any given time. You also could be obligated to a random 50% pay cut for whatever reason. I'm really interested in seeing how this plays out. Man, the way the tag division looks, WWE better pray that this team signs with them. I'm not sure of the acronym of FTR, but if I'm the Fed, I'm hoping it means fix this roster if they do actually come on board. Braun Breaker and Austin Theory, Damian Priest and R-Truth, Lash Legend and Nia Jax, Brie Bella and Paige. This is crazy. We wanted WWE to cook. They turned around and made us a pot of gumbo with whatever was left in the fridge. Somebody needs to get Paul Levesque on the phone immediately and tell him, bro, stop being so cheap. Why you say that, Bobby Monsoon? Think about it. Because when it comes to the tag division, he's not going to pay it. Any attention? Oh, why you say that, Bobby Monsoon? Exclusively on BobbyMonsoon.com. Y'all asked for it and it's here. The Why You Say That t-shirt. I want to thank everybody that's copying the merch, that's liking, commenting, subscribing, hyping, everybody in my lives multiple times in the week, all the people in the chat. I want to thank everybody, man. Y'all really helped the channel grow. Thank you from the bottom of my heart. BobbyMonsoon.com. The Why You Say That shirt now. Back to the content. Raw started off with Obafemi and Jey Uso cutting a promo about their upcoming match this weekend at Night of Champions. Great. Nothing really happened this promo, man. Obafemi kind of teased that. He told Jey Uso something like, I'm not even worried about you. I'm worried about your cousin, though, man. That's who I want to smoke with. The crowd had a nice reaction to that. My God, bro. I'm telling y'all right now, I already made it clear I'm going nuclear if Jey Uso beats Obafemi. If they build Obafemi up just to job out the Jey Uso at Night of Champions, oh my God, man, I'm going to snap. Now, I don't know how this is going to play up. I don't know how the outcome. Where does Brock Lesnar, how are we going to fit Brock Lesnar in the scam of the century if he has to face Roman Reigns? It's just, WWE always does this. They book themselves in a corner, but I'm not going to lie. I'm very interested on seeing how that turns out. Next, you got Brie Bella and Paige going over, retaining the tag team championships, and you got Lyra Valkyria losing her top. She went heel, y'all. She went heel on Belly, and this was a cool segment, man. I just wish WWE lets their women wrestlers go a little bit more extreme. I mean, we seen the heel turn coming a mile away after it was done. It was like, okay, the music went off. We seen the whole setup because we seen it 1,000 times. I think they should have used this as an opportunity for Lyra Valkyria to really go to the next level, to really put herself over as a heel. This is the problem with WWE. All the heels in this company are not believable. Jacob Fatu, I can't think of anybody else that's really believable as a bad person, as a heel. Maybe Solo Sikoa, Tyler Tunga. It's just only a handful of wrestlers, man. Dog, WWE. Stop putting handcuffs on these women in the division and let them go a little bit extreme, man. As far as Belly, she didn't re-sign the contract yet. So until she re-signs, she won't be getting one win. I will be surprised if Belly beats Lyra Valkyria in this little feud they're about to do. I'd be surprised if she gets one win over her. I think Belly is going to be used as a stepping stool for Lyra Valkyria to step over her to get to that next level in the Fed. As far as Belly, she's going to AEW. And like I said on my live, I guarantee when Belly goes to AEW, she's going to turn it up. Next, you got the segment of the night, man. Chad Gable, Otis, Tozawa, and Maxine Dupree cutting a promo on each other now. Chad Gable wanted to apologize for being mean when he was a heel, or maybe a year or two ago, whenever that was, man. Tozawa, Otis, seems like they was on the fence. Maxine Dupree grabbed the mic and say, nah, don't forgive you. Fire promo for Maxine Dupree. I know y'all give Maxine a lot of flack because she's not the greatest wrestler of all time, but she knows how to tell a story. She's gotten better in the ring as a wrestler. She grabbed the mic. Incredible promo from her. I didn't hear her botching anything. I didn't hear her come off as cringe. This is how you cut a promo, AJ Lee. This is how you cut a promo. Sometimes Becky Lynch. Becky Lynch cuts good promos sometimes, but sometimes also she could come off extremely cringe. Maxine Dupree, great job. Chad Gable, great job selling the whole crying thing. Fire, man. I want to see what else comes of this. Next, you got Ethan Page going over Dragon Lee in a filler match. You know what I mean? This match really meant nothing. This was just filler on the card, and this is the problem with the Fed sometimes. Dog, oh my God, you haven't had the good show in God knows how long. We already have to deal with 100,000 commercials. The last thing we need is filler. No one cares about this Ethan Page and Dragon Lee situation. Gotta get Ethan Page some other storyline than being a tag team partner with Rusev and just floating around in the mid card doing nothing essentially. Next you got Liv Morgan getting beat up by Io Sky. They had a promo. They was cutting on each other. Io Sky said something funny to Liv Morgan. Oh, she said something how the crown won't fit on her big head. People were laughing. Liv Morgan acted all mad because she was acting, she's the greatest champion of all time and whatever else. But something interesting happened, y'all. Io Sky beat up Liv Morgan. So does that mean Liv Morgan is going to win the Queen of the Ring? I don't know. Depending on how WWE books, you know they do the same thing for the past 40 years. Whoever gets beat up on Raw or Crackdown and the PLE is on the weekend, they're going over this weekend. I was surprised to see Io Sky get over on Liv. Next, you got LA Knight versus Jey Uso in his 1,452,968th match with either the Bloodline or the Vision. Great. He goes over Jimmy Uso with the help of Solo Sikoa. Hit the Samoa Spike to his brother Jimmy Uso. Are we going to get LA Knight in the MFTs? Is he going to paint his face like everyone else? Nah, I think that'll be funny, but I don't think so, man. LA Knight, Solo Sikoa. I'm wondering how they're going to tell this story, but you know what I mean? I don't think it's going to happen, man. LA Knight's going to be beefing with the MFTs, the Vision, and the Bloodline probably for the rest of his career in WWE. Next, you got the Street Profits beating the Vision, becoming the tag team champions. This was fire, man. The match was cool. I mean, seeing the Street Profits get the titles again, that's cool. I'd rather that than have them in catering or on the shelf. You had a return from Joe Hendry. He chased out Logan Paul in the building. You had somebody else interfere too. Oh yeah, Seth Rollins. Seth Rollins comes. He calls Braun Breaker the tag team championship. So I guess this makes their feud a little bit more intense for their steel cage match. Right? Wrong? I don't think so. I think this does nothing for the Braun Breaker Seth Rollins match. Honestly, I want this to be the last match, and I want Seth Rollins to move on from the Vision. We tried to do it. The group didn't work. When the heel turn didn't work, the post-heel turn didn't work. Nothing worked with this group. Paul Heyman disappears from out of the thin air. So there you have it. But let me know in the comments what you think about that. This weekend we got Night of Champions. Let's see how this turns out, man. Also, we got Forbidden Door the next day. It's going to be interesting to compare the two. We already know what's going to happen. Friday, we got Crackdown. This was a cool episode of Raw, to be honest. I said this on my live. Raw could put on a cool show, right? But my God, the 100,000 commercials and ads. I might got to get a VPN or something. I cannot take it anymore. It's killing the flow of the show. So this wasn't the worst Raw of all time. This definitely wasn't nowhere near the best. But even if it's mid, it becomes mid, then it brings it down a little bit below mid when I have to sit through so many ads and sponsorships. This is killing the product. Let me know in the comments what you think about that, what you think about the tag team division being flushed down the toilet. What do you think about the Street Profits getting the tag team titles and everything else? Who your predictions are on Night of Champions? Let me know in the comments what you think about that. It's Bobby Monsoon, 215. Like, comment, subscribe. Bow!